Hey, what's up everyone? It's your boy Altered Tech back again with a new exciting video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the OnePlus N10 Nord compared with some of these other two budget phones available on the market. Just to give you guys an idea of how well this phone stacks up against some of these, typical budget phones you may find in Metro PCS, Cricket Wireless, or some other MVNO. So let's go ahead and talk about the Nokia 3.1 Plus. This phone is one of the most regrettable phone purchases I've made in a long time. In 2021, you should not have a lag like this. Even the UI, it's just terrible. For example, let's say you guys want to go ahead and open up your app drawer. You're gonna have to go ahead and swipe all the way from the bottom all the way up from the top, and this is a huge phone. You're not going to want to have to do this every single time. This was not very well thought out. I know this has somewhat of a stock Android experience, but to just make things a little bit more difficult than what it should be, it just wasn't really necessary. Now, as for the performance of this phone, like I'm going to say to you guys right now, make sure and do your homework before you buy a phone, especially a budget phone. Some of them are just truly terrible out there. Let's go ahead and open up another web page. Now, the hardware on this, the Wi-Fi technology, you're not going to get the best Wi-Fi technology. I mean, this page should have been loaded up by now. As for scrolling, it's not too bad, but if you guys were to open up enough apps, I'm pretty sure you're going to have some, issues when it comes to performance or performance hits. And as for the camera, it's out of all three phones, it's by far the worst. You're not going to have, excellent detail. It's going to be like going back into the past where, phones were very pixelated. So anyways, guys, when it comes to the overall camera function as well, you have some decent modes. You have live bokeh effects, square. Now, if you guys want some more information or in-depth information on phones like this, be sure to check out Lady Red's channel. She goes over phones from Cricket. So both of these phones are available on Cricket. As for Nokia, I know they deal with a lot of stock Android phones, but for their budget lineup, even without even using this phone intensively, this phone, it's very, very slow. So let's go ahead and put this down to the side over here. So bad UI and bad performance. As for the LG Stylo 5, this phone, people are going to pick this up mainly because of one reason, and that is because of this Stylo pen. And this is what people might perceive as a flagship feature, coming from a Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Maybe you don't want to spend thousands of dollars on a phone for a pen, so this is going to entice people to go ahead and pick one up. So the performance is not bad, the pen works pretty good, and the battery life is not bad. Overall, it's not a bad phone, but if you guys want to go ahead and check out the camera, it's bad. You can barely see my face in this, it's just complete darkness. But let's go ahead and flip this around. I've taken some photos with this, and see if you can look at the gallery real quick. It's very tough to, in daylight, of course, you're gonna get some decent photos, but there's not much HDR compared to some other phones out there. It's just in low light situations, it's really gonna suffer. So to be honest, as for the camera software, is not up to par or nearly close to what you would get on an LG flagship. But I guess LG had to bring the price point down. So that takes me to the OnePlus Nord. Now, this phone is by a company called OnePlus, and this is the Nord lineup, and this is the N10 5G model. So if you guys could stick with me, I'll go ahead and explain to you guys what this phone or this company has to offer. So this company, they're well known for making flagship devices that do not slow down over time. So normally with these phones like this, they eventually slow down over time for whatever reason it may be. But this phone, it requires very little maintenance. Oh, I shouldn't say this phone. I haven't used it enough to say that it doesn't slow down over time. But for this company, they go by the slogan. It's called Never Settle. And they have a very good reputation of creating phones that do not slow down over time. It's very nice and smooth, and as you guys can see, they pride themselves on making a great UI system. This is running the Oxygen OS launcher. Very nice and smooth, very easy to manage. You're not going to have that same speed when it comes to the LG Stylo. With the Stylo, it's running 60 Hertz. With this one, it's 90 Hertz. So it's obviously going to look, somewhat or a lot more smoother than these other phones. But now the big kicker is that this has a awesome camera system. This has a 64 megapixel shooter, and it also has a macro lens. It also has a monochromic lens as well, and it also has a wide angle lens as well. So as for the camera features, you're going to have the same features you would find on the flagship series. Like for the $749 phone that they offer on the shelves, you're going to get the same or most of the same features on this phone. And like I've posted this on Twitter, I've posted some sample shots. This phone can take some really good photos. It's miles better than what these two phones has to offer. Now there's only one phone which I could say that could give this phone some competition, and that is the Moto G series. Now this phone also has 5G capabilities on top of the 90Hz display. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the battery life on the Nord, because this is another area in which this phone actually excels in, which caught me off guard. So this phone has been on for about 45 hours, and I've used this very lightly, so about 3 hours per day, and it's at 38%. So the standby time is obviously pretty good. It's on track to get well over 8 hours of screen on time. I've taken some photos with it. I've used it to listen to some music, and I'm surprised at how much juice has been left. And on top of that, this also has warp charging, so you're going to be able to charge up this phone faster than any other budget phone available on the market. So if you guys maybe you're running late for work, plug it in for about 15 minutes and should probably have about over 5 hours or of usage within that 15 minutes of charging. So this is probably going to be the most underlooked or underrated phone or budget phone of 2021. It's unfortunate, but if you guys know someone who is going to switch to Metro PCS, or someone who wants to buy a budget phone that's 5G and it's under 300 bucks, this is so far it's going to be a great option. So I need to spend some more time with this phone to see if there's any bugs and hiccups. So far it's been great. The Metro by T-Mobile network has been awesome as well. I've been getting some decent speeds. Texting has been on point. So overall, you're getting a very fast phone that's very fluid. I haven't seen any lag coming from this phone. Overall, it's been excellent, and so far there hasn't been anything I could really complain about. For 300 bucks, you're getting a great, excellent phone. But like I've said, guys, do your homework. You might end up with the Nokia 3.1 Plus. Alright guys, so now you know OnePlus is the phone to watch out for. Anyways guys, this is Altered Tech signing out. Hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to hit me up down in the comment section below. Please hit that like button and please subscribe to some more videos. Hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Take care. Peace.